Hi, my name is Robert Talbot. Thanks for taking just a minute to learn a little bit about the Debt Free for Life program. You know, there's two things that really hurt people in their financial world. And there are two things that I hate. They're taxes and debt. When we can eliminate debt and reduce your taxes, your whole financial picture changes and you will have more spendable income. It's just a fact. And so I hope that you'll pay attention and enjoy this Debt Free for Life presentation to give you an idea of how things work when you can eliminate your debt for life. Hello, my name is Robert Talbot, and thank you so much for taking a bit of time to learn more about our Debt Free for Life program. And I know you already know this, but debt is hurting your ability to accumulate wealth and is standing in the way of your true financial freedom. As Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. And he went on to say that he who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. But I want you to understand just how powerful compound interest is when it comes to your money. Compound interest is either going to help you accumulate your wealth or it's going to hurt you, because you're paying it to someone else. And I've got news for you. If you're in debt, guess which one of those applies to you and your situation? Lost interest is not like fine wine. It simply does not get better in time. And the longer you let interest hang around, the more it hurts you when it comes time to accumulating cash assets. So if you're in debt, know you already have a problem. And here's why. If this check represents the amount of money you earn each month, well, you may make more or you may make a little bit less, but the concept here is the same. Before we get that check, we have deductions like federal taxes, state taxes, health insurance maybe. And if we're lucky, we have a 401k. But what's left after that is our net earnings. Now, those net earnings are what we use to pay for our lifestyle. And our lifestyle would include things like rent, mortgage, car payments, living expenses, and whatever debt obligations you're responsible to pay. Unfortunately, for most of us, there's not enough money left at the end of the month after paying for all those expenses to really accumulate any kind of cash assets for our future. Now, our gross income says we have money for nice things, like fancy cars, nice purses, and we can live in the very best neighborhood. But our net income tells us a different story. The car may not be quite as nice that we have wanted, or maybe we couldn't afford the purse we wanted either. And that house we're living in may not be as big, and it may not be in the neighborhood we like. But because we've been conditioned to it, we don't have a problem taking out a car loan to simply get that nicer car, or to use our credit card to buy that nicer purse, or to sign up for a bigger mortgage on a nicer property. And that's exactly what the debt trap looks like. We probably all been through it. Everything in the debt trap is based upon monthly payments and not the amounts that we owe. So let's look at the difference when we teach you how to reduce or eliminate your effective interest costs. So just like you, most Americans face the same income reality. Over at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they've done an exhaustive study on the average American income. What they found is pretty shocking to learn. It's simply that 25 cents on every dollar that you make, both before and after retirement, all of your lifetime income, 25 cents of every dollar is going to pay for some type of debt. Now, they may not be your exact number, but it's surprising to know that the average American has that much debt that they're paying for on a regular basis. So let's look at the difference when we teach you how to reduce or eliminate your effective interest cost. That's a significant swing in your favor to help you increase your spendable income both now and in the future. And it is exactly what most Americans experience every month. The month to month, they owe the bankers and lending institutions significantly higher or more money than they pay to themselves. And unfortunately, most Americans do not even have regular savings plans to actually accumulate cash. So if we can teach you how to spin the tables on the compound interest and make compound interest in your favor instead of for the banks, well, what if you were able to move your money into your money instead of into the banks and financial institutions? What would it look like for you? Well, I want to introduce you to Max and Megan. These are clients that came into our office a little while ago and they had a problem. Basically, they knew that they had too much debt and that their income was compounding for banks and credit cards. And it wasn't compounding for them. They like to have nice things, but they often did not have the money nor the resources to pay for those nice things. And their typical default was always going to monthly payments. Unfortunately, this was a trap that continued to hurt them. Their debt situation looked like this. Their credit cards were about $3,900. They had student loans for over $31,000. They had a mortgage for over $184,000. And their total debt liability was $219,472. But the real issue was this. 35.33% of every dollar they sent out of their home on a monthly basis was going to pay for their effective interest costs. And if they stayed on their current plan, it was going to take them 26 years to pay off all their debt. 26 years. So if you want to understand what effective interest is, the math is pretty simple. It's your monthly interest cost divided by your monthly payments. So for them, their interest payments were $915 and their monthly payments were $2,590. We take $915, divide it by $2,590. That's how we're able to come up with a 35.33% effective monthly interest cost. Now here's the real problem. And I said it before. I'm going to say it again. 35.33% of every dollar that's going out of their household was going to pay for someone else's interest. Someone else is compounding, and it was not compounding for them. So the real question was this: where in the world were they going to earn a rate of return of 35.33% to make up for their losses on their monthly interest payments? Was there any place that they could invest their money to make that kind of a return to offset those expenses? Well, the truth is, it's just not possible. The secret here is very simple. So when money compounds for you, it's always better than when compounding for someone else. And here's why. When you give someone else $1, you forever lose the ability to earn compound interest on that dollar in the future. So Max and Megan were 100% debt-free when they committed to a debt-free for life action plan. When they learned the math on how money compounding for them was better than compounding for the banks and other financial institutions, well, really, when they were done, they were completely out of debt. They'd paid off $219,472. That's great news. But what's even better is instead of paying off that debt over 26 years, they got out of debt in 8 years. And they didn't spend a penny more than they were before. And the especially good news was not only did they pay off $219,000 in 8 years, when they were able to become 100% debt-free, they also had $149,213 in cash assets. I really want you to think about that. What if this was your story? What if you were debt-free with over $149,000 in the bank when you could do whatever you wanted with that money? So if this is interesting to you, we want to teach you the math and what it looks like to be debt-free for life. Look up on our screen on the right upper hand side, and you'll see a place where you can schedule an appointment with us. That link goes directly to our calendar, and there you can set up a conversation to say hello and learn more about the program and see if it's applicable to you. But if you're not ready, that's fine. Feel free to go to the website and you can request a free report specific to you. You can learn more about the Debt Free for Life program after you do the research. If you want to meet, feel free to use the link and we can have a conversation to see how this can work for you. But until we connect, stay safe and stay smart with your money. I look forward to talking with you soon.